This week in Florida real estate. Welcome to the launch of our podcast, correct, Christie?
That's right.
This is the world famous professional realtor, home stager, and designer. My wife, Christie Lemme.
It's me.
And I'm the helper, the director of marketing, John Lemme. We're coming to you live from beautiful property that we just released here in
Port St. Lucie.
This is our fourth property in Port St. Lucie.
It is.
And we're known for taking properties from stagnant to sold. This one is a brand new property. We actually got to know the luxury home renovation specialist, Tony. They had a property in the market for 3.5 months here. Mm-hmm. And we sold the last property in 17 days. And now we're the featured marketing team, design team, station team. So we chose to release this podcast series because there's so much going on, correct, Christie?
So much going on that it's impossible for us to post everything every day. So we released a podcast to share with everyone just how much we have going on and all the Florida exciting news in the Sunshine State.
And this is this week in Florida real estate. So it'll be a weekly episode. Our goal is to keep them 10 minutes or less and cover what we've achieved for families of homeowners. And actually, Christie, I want to read the review tell them about Renee and Andrew. And I'm going to walk around and get I'm going to read the review right now.
Sure.
This is live. Remember this, I'm old school. We're not going to put all fancy graphics and have 450 people edit it, make it all AI crap. This is Christie and I sitting down. We'll be coming live once a week. Not live, but obviously we're recording it live from one of our properties. So it's going to give you the inside behind the scenes of what we have going on, the success for people like you.
That's right.
For real people. And this is such a great story. So kind of tell the story about Andrew and Renee.
So Andrew and Renee are from upstate New York, all the way almost to the Canadian border. They were referred by our wonderful friend, Bill, and we took Bill's home from stagnant to sold.
And that was in acreage.
Yes, it was in the acreage. He had over 80 showings on the market for 9 months.
Not from us.
Not from us, someone else.
And then he said it wasn't selling.
And we sold it in one weekend. So Bill, great friend of ours now, referred Andrew and Renee. Andrew's father had passed. They are over 1,500 miles away, like Renee said, and they could not come down. They both have jobs. There's no way they could take off that amount of time to go and market her parents' townhome in Boynton Beach. So we took on that role, and yes, we moved it.
Very, very, very. We say it was a very challenging process. Yes. So why don't you read what this just came? It just came in today. This came in from Renee today because we closed in that property.
Yes,
we had 2 closings this week, which we'll talk about. When I say closings, the word closing to me is we're ending the chapter of one's life and opening up the chapter of another one's life. And to me, it's people, it's family of homeowners, it's pets, it's grandkids,
yes,
it's kids.
Absolutely.
It's the favorite part of the pets, right?
I love the pets. They're great.
So this just came in today. And we thank you so much, Renee. And we thank your awesome husband, Andrew, and your dog, Tucker, also.
That's right. We're on their family chat.
That's
yes,
right.
We are. So Renee said, we're beyond happy in our experience working with Christie and John on the sale of my father's villa. It was a stressful situation for us as my father had passed away and we lived over 1,500 miles away. Christie and John were extremely professional and knowledgeable about the market, what our options were, and how best to have a quick turnaround. Beyond those exceptional skills, Christie and John went above and beyond, helping us with some difficult decisions, obtaining resources for us, and even following up with work that had been done because we were at such a distance. They made every part of this experience as easy as possible. We are grateful to both of them for everything and feel like they are part of our family.
So actually,
and we are definitely part of your family. We are on your family chat.
Absolutely. And, even as you're reading this, Christie, I want to kind of unpack and talk about this week in Florida real estate. Mm-hmm. Something that Renee said. She said, we lived over 1,500 miles away, and Bill Callahan, who's a great friend of ours for many, many years. And just to reiterate, his home was in market for 9 months with someone else. It wasn't selling. He called us. It had 80 showings, and then he chose to engage our service. Yes. We went in and we assess a property. We go in, we take a look at a property, we assess the property, the market. You do the comparative analysis. We always break a record every market, and then we bring our team in. And we did, in Bill's home, we did some painting. We did, obviously, all your staging. We do our marketing.
It's definitely a strategy when we go into a property.
It's not just putting information into online.
And we don't just going through a lot box on. We go in and make sure that this is the right fit for us too, because we're very serious as real estate professionals. So we went in for Bill's property, and we've known Bill for a very long time. And we looked at everything. We assessed. We strategized on marketing. We also updated some items in his home that needed to be updated. some fixtures, did some painting, updated, modernized some of his furnishings. Landscaping, took it to the next level with our team.
And then, what Renee said, this week, remember, every week we're going to launch an episode and it's just current, where she said, we lived over 1,500 miles away. Christie and John were extremely professional and knowledgeable about the market, what our options were, because we laid out options for their property.
Yes, we did.
Because they were going to make some investments, which we said, look, those investments would not have an ROI. There wouldn't be a return for tile and doing other work. We said, look, we know we can successfully market it as is. And then something else they said, which is very powerful, because we have an entire team. We've been in this business for years. So we have an AC team, electrical team, cleaning teams, and obviously we have movers. We have people on our team, and this is what they said. Christie and John went above and beyond, helping us with some difficult decisions, obtaining resources for us.
Yes.
Because when we represent you in Florida real estate, see, 99% of realtors, I'll be very direct, they enter information and they take pictures and that's it. They're data entry and appointment setters. We make a commitment. It's proven by all the reviews. And we also, something that I speak about all the time, and Christie's obviously a phenomenal stage and designer. It happened today in that right the door behind me.
Yes.
Where they came in and said, look, I watch a video like 10 times and everything I see, share with that. Because AI photo manipulation to me, and I'll be very strong on this, to me, it is, I'd say the word, it's to the point of where it's manipulation, almost fraudulent, where you're bringing people into a property where it does not look like what it looks like online. I'm old school. If you're showing something to try to get somebody in and it's not what it is, and today, and for our benefit, if anyone that chooses us as part of your team, they're blown away. This couple was blown away.
They came in today, and I was talking to them, and she said, she stopped me and she goes, "You're the voice in the video," because I do a walkthrough video for every property, no matter if it's a condo, townhouse, large estate. We even do it for land. It's very important, I believe, and so does John, for you to see the property through my eyes and what we see, because we're here. So they had watched that video many, many times, and they knew it was my voice, and they even knew their way around the property because they knew exactly where they were going when they walked in the door, because I lead through the door all the way around the property. I don't do the clicking button. We did that before, and it wasn't easy to maneuver. And people don't want to see that.
It looks fancy online, but it's not effective. It's not effective.
It looks great. And that's the direction other realtors, real estate professionals might decide to go into. And it's less about them and more about what we do for our clients and our family of homeowners. And that was something that was very important to two couples today that came through. They loved the video, and it just let them know what the home truly looked like before they came in the door. Because if they're not interested in what the home looks like on the inside, the yard, the space, then why would we want them here? Because they're not the right people for the home. So it works both ways. We're qualifying each other with that video.
And that's why people say, well, we're great in sales. No, we're not horrible in sales. Mm-hmm. We're phenomenal in marketing. As my text says, directive marketing. Marketing is enthusiastically and passionately, authentically transforming your belief of the home to a new homeowner. That's a fact. True. So when you have AI and you have people, I'll be very direct, obviously not Christie, but you have the women who are half naked doing real estate videos, right? It's horrible.
Once again, less about them, more about us.
That's right.
We decide to do differently in real estate.
That's right.
We're not your standard. And we're like John said, we have so much going on that we decided to do this podcast, this video, and share it. And also to encourage those out there. We met someone today who looked at this home. He's selling his home, and it's been on the market for a little while. And we know that pain of not selling. We are known for taking homes from stagnant to sold. We even have stagnant to sold.com.
From stagnant to sold.com.
So we have that. And so we understand that pain, because we are very, very invested in our potential new owners and family of homeowners that we have a relationship with. So we do things differently.
I mean, this week we successfully took 2 properties and successfully closed on. And one of them was the 3rd ultra luxury condo in Ocean Ridge, which we've sold now 3 condos, averaging close to $600 a square foot. It's 3 condos, and their average, one was $625,000, one was $600,000. This week was $497,000. We have the final one on the market in Ocean Ridge. And 2 of those 3 were stagnant. They were on the market for over a year, and we took it to sold.
Yes.
And then this week we went out house hunting, and
Yes,
we successfully put 3 homes under contract for people we represent. Now, people always ask me, do I hunt? Because a lot of men hunt. Christie's whole family of men hunt.
They do.
Christie hunts more than me, but I'm a house hunter. And when you look at the word hunting, you look in your mind. You're going out into the fields, into the woods to hunt big game, and you focus. You take a sniper and you take a laser and you focus on achieving a goal. We go house hunting. We go with the same focus. Where we're hunting, we're looking for a home that will fulfill what our clients want for their family of homeowners. And we search and we look, and then we make an offer. We made an offer for. Once you tell them about Caroline.
Mo and Caroline. Yes,
Caroline. I'm going to say Lisa because I'm saying Caroline and Mo. Where they were searching, and we put the offer in, and she was speechless when they accepted it.
So we do a lot of house hunting.
Which you can see from our videos. I got my house hunting on YouTube, all my house hunting videos.
For people out of state, or maybe not in the area, maybe because Florida is a very large state. So we do a lot of house hunting for people that simply aren't in our area. We also go to other areas in Florida. We're not just in Palm Beach County or Broward or just, St. Lucie. We're all over Florida, house hunting, and then also marketing those properties. But house hunting for Mo and Caroline, they are out of state.
Maryland.
Their brother, we've known him forever. He is a wonderful Italian chef. So we assisted him in the beginning of house hunting, and then we took over that role because as much as we love our family are not that we would love to bring on as real estate professionals and realtors. They simply are not in that right role. They're your family. So Giorgio kind of passed the baton to us. And so we started looking for Mo and Caroline and house hunting. And we went to several, and we would send them the videos and critique and see what they really liked and go through the pictures. And we found the perfect
beautiful home.
Gorgeous home right on the golf course, exactly what they were looking for. And it was the highest, or one of the highest positioned as far as value in the neighborhood. And we ended up getting them a great offer in, and it worked for both parties, both the seller and then our clients. But we love house hunting, and we love finding homes, property, second condos, seasonal condos, places for our family of homeowners and potential new owners.
Especially when we took Chad's home.
Yes.
Chad's home was in the market, and everyone told them it wouldn't sell. It was stagnant, and just a couple miles here in Port St. Lucie. We took it over, sold it. From stagnant to sold, and you can visit our site from stagnanttosold.com or visit Christie's site, and you'll see house not selling, and go there and take a look. And now we're in the process of house hunting for Chad. We found a home for Chad. Remember, we go into home and we know, I'll say respectfully, it's like they're just not going to sell. They're gorgeous homes, but the way they're presented and marketed, they're just not going to sell.
And we told somebody today, there was a lady that called me. She had seen our sign in our yard that said under contract. It was Chad's.
It was Chad's home on Lennox Street, right here.
Lennox. She saw that, and she called me, and she said her home had been on the market for a while. I'm very clear when she's working with another realtor that I do not discuss that with her. So she went ahead and she, I told her she could give me a call after that was over, but I don't step on the toes of other real estate professionals. So she did. She called me, and she asked me the question of why isn't my home selling? And I simply told her very bluntly that the AI was doing her more harm than good, because when people looked at the AI, it was very beautiful, very beautifully staged. But when they went into her home, they saw dirty carpets. They saw
different
countertops, items that needed to be updated. So she has a great home. However, it does not look like the AI photos. And that hurts more than it helps, because when those quote buyers walk into her home, they see that they were kind of tricked to be there, and they don't like that. So, that we're getting calls like that all the time.
Because because of our track record. The bottom line is we have a track record of success.
We do.
Like this home we're sitting in right now, I'll be shocked if it lasts 3 days, 5 days in the market. And it's because, when we feature a property, you look at Christie's website, it says feature properties. When we feature a property, we're going to move it. When we choose to market a property, we are going to successfully assess, stage, design, market, move the property to an awesome family of homeowners.
Yes.
And then one more point, because we say we want to keep it 10 minutes, and we're going, which is just the first episode. This week we did 2 inspections with our awesome inspector Gustavo, who's part
Gus. Yes.
Gus. We make the suggestion. He's an awesome inspector. So we had 2 inspections. Final story. Let's talk about Christina and Chris, where they are in the process of renovating a beautiful home in El Cid, which is a very exclusive area here in West Palm Beach. Yes. And then they want a home to live in for a few years as they do massive renovations to their home. And literally, we were negotiating, and they were ready to go. I said, look, go back, meet them halfway. We literally saved them. I mean, we saved between Chad, Caroline, and Mo, and Chris and Christina, $140,000.
Yes, we did.
That's
life-changing for people.
$140,000.
It's not about us. Once again, it's about those on the other end of it. It's a great feeling, yes, to assist your clients in saving the money in that negotiating process. And it's a fair negotiation. We're not lowballing. We're not doing that. It's a fair negotiation for both parties based on the home that they're receiving and what might need to be done in the home. And, these are life-changing numbers for our clients and people out there. It's just not money that they're going to throw away. These are really, it makes a difference in their life.
And plus also too, look, I'll be very direct. When it's not presented the right way, some of the greatest negotiators in the world, some of the greatest business, when they acquire a business, they acquire it, pennies and cents on a dollar because it's just not presented the right way. And they go in and renovate it. Remember all the TV shows about mystery diners and Restaurant Impossible and Bar Rescue. The structure was all there. So we go into homes as house hunters. We live and breathe the industry. And I say to myself, it's not going to sell. So I'm like, make the offer. Like when we made the offer for Caroline and Mo, and we called them and said, guess what? And we kind of punked her a little bit. We joked around and we made a joke. And I said, they accepted it. She was speechless because I know it's on the market for 30, 40 days. It's not going to sell because it's not being marketed the correct way. So we go in and house hunt and we win for our clients. And I would say clients, we say family of homeowners, which because they're families. So, each week we're going to launch This Week in Florida and give you an update of what we have going on with all the families and all the stories. And so many stories from house hunting, from staging, designing, from everything we do, this beautiful property here. And however we could assist you, whatever we could do for you, for your family in Florida, obviously let us know. Any final points for this week?
I found a comment interesting that we received, and John and I haven't even discussed this. Someone said, oh, you allow children at your open houses. We allow children. We allow grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever. Even pets. You bring your pet, we're not going to make you strap them like a horse to outside. So we make it enjoyable. Someone said, why do you have food? Why do you have music? Why do you do this?
I got all the food here.
Finding a house, finding a home, whether it's your first home, second home, new home, whatever it is, or if it's a piece of land, it needs to be an enjoyable experience. You shouldn't dread going and doing this. So that is our goal, just to make an enjoyable experience, whether we're representing the quote seller or the buyer. We really want people to enjoy the real estate experience, and we're known for assisting people with making it stress-free. That's our goal.
Because you treat everyone like people. Like, we have to use the words, I don't even use the word seller or buyer. It's someone who's marketing their home, they're moving on in life, or someone who's going to purchase a new home. And like the couples that came through today, their first time home, this is a gorgeous home. And every property, this home is phenomenal. Every home we represent, we only take on properties that we know will make a beautiful home for a family and or an investment property. We have obviously land and other properties. So how can I get a hold of you, Christie, directly? And Christie actually picks up. She's not an AI clone, not an AI Rob. Hi, this is Christie Lemme. How may I help you? No AI clone crap. As you've seen all my marketing, all the posts we do, it infuriates me. I'm old school. It infuriates me.
So as always, feel free to give me a call or text or leave me a voice note. I love those. 561.
Directly, right to her.
Yes, directly to me. 561-644-0578. Once again, 561-644-0578.
And also you can see all of our marketing online, our website, and most importantly, read the reviews. We all know we go to Amazon. What do you read? The reviews. Read the reviews, and everyone is real. I love Betty and Rocky. We'll talk about Rocky and Betty on a next week's episode. We have so many reviews and so many stories of real people in tears, and we love you. You're part of our family. Come over for dinner. There's so many stories from sitting down at the tables, even with Barry and Roberta and Ocean Ridge. I remember sitting down. The condo was not selling. They were stressed out to no end. That's another whole 20-minute story. Christie is FloridaRealtorForYou.com. Once again, FloridaRealtorForYou.com. And however you're hearing this podcast, watching it, listening to it, like, subscribe, follow, feel free to share whatever we could do for you. We thank you very much. This is our first episode. It was going to be 10 minutes. It's 20 minutes. But we have another 3 hours of information we can give out. So whatever we could do for you, feel free to call or text Christie directly. Or visit her site and read the reviews. Read all the reviews and then call Christie and ask about them. Because guess what? You're going to be next. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful day. And we will talk and see you soon. Thank you.